Okay. Well, that. Howdy. Welcome to Friday. Normally, this is where Slay the Spire mods live, but there's been a new Magic set release. And with a new Magic set release, we're going to be playing some Magic. We got some more Tarkir Dragonstorm to be able to draft. Had a very good time with the last couple drafts I done on Tuesday. Want to kind of see how we go today. We'll have this one and a second one after. Yeah. This is we've played one of the most common things we've seen in Slay the Spire mods. There's been a lot of like common things that like you would put on a bingo board for Slay the Spire mods, which is something I keep thinking about, but I haven't had enough stuff that I'd like fill it out with. I have like a dozen items I put on there. You know, your flexterities, your not poisons, your back sprite, your ending art, your custom audio. But one that we've seen, just stealing magic art. Yeah, just we're gonna like look, use Winter Flame for your shaman mod. Use use, you know, there are many magic arts for you to for that, and that's one we've seen enough where it's like, you know, notice like, okay, I recognize that magic art. I know what a void slime looks like or whatever. So, but yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and do some drafting. The last couple times we did, the last couple we did on Tuesday, we ended up in like 3-4 colors, hanging out, in non-blue, basically. They were different decks, but they were with a different like color focus, but they were both definitely like 2+. So let's see how many lands and spells we can draw in combination. Yeah. Still quite early in this format. How things have panned out about it are still up in the air. A lot for us to learn. So let's jump on in. Waiting for players, dumb in pod. All right. What's our start? Philithar, there she is. All right. Philithar is definitely a card we saw great success with in our previous drafts. Channel Dragonfire, Synchronized Charge, Ringing Strike Masteries. We got a couple exhales. I would not feel bad just picking up Molten Exhale. But like we know that Philithar does strong stuff.
That is immediately putting yourself into Abzan again.
Yeah. Basically, it's a question of like, do I want to go there or do I want to like grab Molten Exhale and try to like chill in a different color combo and just hand off that color combo to somebody else? Because we had two in a draft, I'm willing to completely whiff on a bomb we've already played with. I know.
That's fair. Yeah, I understand where that's coming from. It means, all right, here's something.
Yeah, this is very funny.
This is the one that's like hyper deflecting palm. Right?
Yeah. Hyper deflecting palm. Dawnbreaker, which is a fine one. Sunpearl Kirin, this one's quite good. Just Hereafter. Ooh, this is like counter bits. Okay. This card isn't good, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's kind of the big thing about it. It's so expensive for what it does, you know? Like,
I'm gonna pick it
but
because
at the same time, you play it, it's gonna kill, like, it's gonna win you the game, maybe?
Probably?
Maybe?
Probably? Rail 2. Riverwalk technique. This thing's... so, Griptide with extra text is something that's way better than, like, it looks in a lot of instances, especially with, like, double blocks being a more common thing, and this has a counter on it. It's very expensive, but it's functional. Shock Brigade exists, if we want to get stuff going with that. Furious Forebear is also, like, just fine as a body. I actually like that. This is an interesting one because it doesn't say non-token. So, like, that can actually work pretty well with, mobilize effects. Ooh, here's a nice, aggressive... Okay, what if we test the aggro Craig, you know?
Simply just go Boros and don't look back.
Right, like, you know, maybe Boros, maybe Mardu, maybe Just Guy, but, like, somebody has to be there to like, punish the, you know, 4-color Greed Lords. Me, I'm the 4-color Greed Lord. This card's actually quite strong. I talked about this before. This is comparable to, like, Usher of the Fallen, one of the best bodies at this rate. It either can make the 1/1 or it can pump itself. A lot of options there for it on 2. Stormbear Blade. Summit Intimidator. Nah, this is like... Seize Opportunity also is not terribly interesting. Problem with Breaching Dragonstorm is that, like, when you have a low curve, this card is, like, really poor. Pick up the Blade. Pick up the Teamer Tawny back. This card's quite good. Even at, like, 4, it's still fine as a body. A little bit of a... I don't know that I like the Blade here, but I'm going to pick it as part of our... Oh, okay, hold on. I do like Sunpearl Kieran. This works really well because it can pick up tokens for a card draw. So you can pick up a mobilized token, or you can pick up, like, a body to replay, resetting it. We also just have Windscarred Crag, the Leopard, the Rescue Cat. Look at this cat. What a fine cat.
Pretty good cat.
Yeah.
The Snow Leopard, specifically, which is why it's got that, like, kind of stocky, round look to him.
Yeah. But yeah, Windscarred Crag I would like to pick, but I actually value this card pretty highly. This is a pretty dang good aggressive piece. Full-time Monument. We can pick up the Rescue Leopard. Yeah. Suntail Hawk. Deirdre Island Dragon. I don't like the Artisan. I don't feel like it's big enough. Like, Hill Giant ain't where I want to be, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and keep this going here and keep us on, like, a aggressive... Hold on. Oh, God. Is, like, Naya illegal? Can I do that?
I mean, there are 2-color combos for most of...
How legal is it to Naya in this, you know? Like, how...
It's kind of hard, considering...
Yeah. We have to, like...
Gruul and Selesnya are not real, you know?
Yeah.
You'd have to get a lot of two-color fixing land, specifically.
I grab this monument, and then Shock Brigade comes back around. It's fine. This card is 1 power away from being, like... I don't think this is good enough. Like, I think 2 1/1s is too small of a body. Hello! Yeah, you got it, boss. Ooh!
Can't say no to Windsguard Crag at the last second.
Okay. So, we have a couple...
Thinking about sneaking this in a little bit, purely because, I mean, the Omen is good enough.
Right. This is huge. This card is unreal. It has 2 bounces on a 1/1 on a Mahamoti.
Yeah.
We also have a couple dragons around here. Armament's a little outside of us. Defibrillating Current is something I'd play, but I think it's so... The other card in here that's actually like quite real, if we wanted to not pick the River Meringue, would be Salt Road Pack Beast, because this card is wildly strong. But I am willing to pick this up to like... and have white be, or have blue be our, like, 3rd color, and have this be a payoff for that. Okay. Power equal to creatures you control? I like the bottom effect on this siege, the Abzan siege. I feel like that's a good, like, forward-facing effect. Jeskai Devotee is something I also want at some point, but this seems like a fine, like, little spider buddy to get us moving. Narset. I don't know that I care too much here. Because, like, the opposite on here would be, like, picking up, like, Teeming Dragonstorm for some bodies, Kinguard for some bodies, Leopard. So this would be, like, discard or hand, draw 1 or 2 every turn. I don't hate that. I'm more interested in trying to be Boros / blue than being a Jeskai deck. That's, I think, at the end of the day. Channel Dragonfire, this is fine. This is a reach. This is
no problem
removal.
there.
Sorcery speed, but like, and really expensive on the Harmonize, but like, if we have like Rescue Leopard, it's 3 for the flashback. Lightfoot Technique is something I'd like to have a copy of. And here's our, you know, Reckless Charge. Nobody will expect the New Way Forward to just kill them. Teaming. Artisan. Oh, O-Ring. Yeah, that one's straightforward. Teeming Dragonstorm, I'm also, again, fine with. Breaching, I think, is a little too expensive for what we're doing here. But, like, O-Ring, the card named Oblivion Ring. This is O-Ring, the card named Banishing Light. It's the, it's not the, like, flickerable, reusable thing like that, or with the trick. And it says opponent. So... Ooh. Pack Beast. Ooh, I like this one a lot.
Thing about this one is, like, that's for I mean, for 3,
yeah.
That's a lot of power toughness.
3/4 split over, and if we can find ways to like pump a team in some way,
yeah,
that gets a lot better. Yeah, sure. Throw the sword on there. Throw the Storm Beacon blade. So like, they can't like free. The problem with this card is that like, as is, it's ooh. Okay, Descent of the Storms 2. Osseous Exhale. Right now, our removal is Molten Exhale, Dragonfire, Stormplane Detainment. I'd rather pick, like, the fixing here is here, but I would rather pick, like, cards for our aggressive deck to get rolling first in my mind.
That's fair, yeah.
Ooh, another copy of Forebear. Sure. Blade of
There's not even one bear on this.
No.
What do they talk about? Four bears.
4 bears. 0 bears.
The 3-1. That's a cat. Is
Okay.
what that is.
I'm fine taking this. This is expensive at like white red 2, but it is white red 2.
It is just also
Kill.
strict like removal in this.
Jeskai Devotee also quite like if this wasn't God, this is expensive removal, but expensive removal that gets the job done. Okay, and we get a second bite of this.
You got the devotee anyway.
I do want to have like 1 or 2 of these. The Florian, it's fine, and also it does let us get to like the New Way Forward or the Meringue River region.
Yeah,
I would like to get this in the deck as a breaker. This is a hell of a breaker. Sure, Tempest Hawk number 2. It is. Ooh.
those are both actually. Seeing these two last, even if they're not particularly great cards,
Yeah.
that's a fine trick, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Lightfoot as.
I mean, it's good to see these just because it means you're in the right colors.
Yeah. Hey.
Twin Bolt last. Okay.
Sure. Avenger of the Fallen. This is Mobilize X-Rex as your creatures in grave. Another Pack Beast. We also have access to Coordinated Maneuver, which is like creature count, kill a thing. We've had this a couple times now. Reverberating Summons is also the like double cast. Is a 3/3. I like the Pack Beast as a thing here. We saw Twin Bolt is just going to table, so there's no reason to
simply as an aggressive go wide creature. I like Pack Beasts a lot.
I want to find something to pay it off. Dang, sad we can't go nuts, but
there was no point when you were looking at Sultai though,
no,
right?
No.
Like
never. If we had, I would splash that card if we were in the Felithar deck.
Yeah, that's fair.
Current Devoted Duelist, Dawnbreaker.
Dawnbreaker does seem like a pretty solid bit of top end.
Yeah. Top end and bottom end.
Yeah, it does function for both in a way that seems actually pretty good.
Yeah, Zergo with the like your tokens don't die is definitely a thing that would be very funny to add in. I don't think we can get in the Storm Shell. That's too much. However, we can definitely get in Stasis Snare. This one's really funny. This is again, it's an O-ring, not full O-ring. It's creature artifact, but this counts.
But it really does blow out like big attack ins.
On both sides. So if we attack with the pack piece, that's 4 attackers. So this costs 1 on those turns. But it is both sides. If our opponent goes all in and swings in, Static Snare here costs 1. So that's an excellent
pretty solid bit.
Nah, this ain't worth the splash. This one like repeatedly flickers a card. Like you exile a creature and then remake it.
It's cool, but it's not worth including black in for the deck.
No, we've got Narcissus Rebuke, which is a little expensive. We got Boltcaster, which is good at like using mobilized tokens as a kill. And then we've just got like Kinguard, which is fine.
Given you have the 2 pack beasts, I think that's actually much more usable than like it wouldn't seem immediately.
I'm not huge on it, but I also am fine with a 3/3. Okay, what is Thunder of Unity? Draw 2, lose 2 life. Creature enters, drain 1. That's interesting, especially with like, but like black is something that's like not really. That'd be its own splash.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's cool, but I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't even know if the blue's fitting in here, as is.
Yeah, I think the deck would be fine without it, even though you don't. It's really the only thing is your lack of fixing for the blue.
Yeah.
With it, I think it'd be fine to include the Regent, but.
Hello. Oh, I actually value this one a little more. We already have 2 copies of Descendant of Storms, but you have no copies of Salt Road Pack Beast, and this card's really powerful.
I mean, think about attacking in with even one of the Dalkovan pack beasts. Oh, okay, now that.
Hey, hold on. Hey, can I?
Hold on a second.
Hey, hold on.
I think this. I think we know what you're splashing now instead. Actually,
Hey, can I? Hey, can I? There's a Bloodfell Caves right here. I can play like Fleeting Effigy or like the maneuver, but like, hold on.
I feel like this is worth just playing, you know, a couple swamps.
Couple swamps for? Yeah, probably. We have a Mardu monument.
That's true. Yeah, grab the swamp.
Another current.
I guess Defibrillating Current is better now with the possibility of playing it for just for 3.
Still gonna take Devotee here.
Fixes for bite. It's worth it.
Okay. I'm sad because I don't think the River Meringue region's making it into the deck. I
think your blue is gone at this point. The
Yeah.
2 blue cards are just not being played.
Our curve is the most me curve in the world because it's just pile of 2-drops. Hello, welcome. You want to play Magic.
One of those 5s is even a 2 as well, so.
Bolt 3. Take the Sun Shield because we don't have one of these. And then. Sure. Alright. Let's build it out. I'm willing to, like. Because we have a couple of these, like, ridiculous mobilized bits, I'm willing to give it a shot.
The thing is, I think that this pivot in quotes is totally fine because like you weren't building towards Jeskai anyway. You were just building a Boros deck that had these Jeskai options in them if you got access to like the fixing for them, but you kind of never did aside from the 2 devotees.
Yeah.
I think it's totally fine to instead include one, you know, actively Mardu black card instead off of just a couple of swamps. Maybe 3 if you really wanted to make it like playable. I think even maybe 3 is a little bit too much given that you still have the Mardu. Well, it is kind of hard to not have 4 sources of a color.
I'm thinking 2 swamps and the Beast. Raining Victor, Rescue Leopard, Storm Pack Containment, 2 Pack Beasts. I don't hate trying to get this in. I'm gonna try the Sword, Lightfoot Technique, the Forebears. Pack Brigade is fine. You out and. Maybe I just don't care about Raining Victor.
I think Raining Victor is actually one of your worst creatures there, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird given that it's a 3-color 2-bird creature, but I do think that that's true.
The other thing I could include would be like these Twin Bolts or Seize Opportunity. Seize Opportunity is a weak, like, I don't know, it's not a combat trick that I'm super happy with. Oh, the Bolt Caster's out here.
That was a full Trumpet Blast at the end. I think it actually might be...
Yeah, instead it's 2
worth
targeted.
Considering.
Thinking about if I want this Bolt Caster in here. Definitely better than I think the Raining Victor. Arms 2 bodies. This is missing 1 copy of War Effort. That's the card I want in this deck as a 1 of. It's Orcish Aura Flame plus Mobilize 1. Like, yeah, Trumpet Blast in this format with, like, Pack Beasts is, You ever play against Force of Nature and, the Roar in Hearthstone? Like, here's 3 2/2s with haste and then +2/+0 everything. You would just die from, like, 14. That would be what Trumpet Blast with this card would be like. You would take 11 for 1 card. Vanguard. So our non-creatures in here, let me change the We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not this, 8. Keep the rescue leopard. That keeps this deck kind of moving. I'm gonna go without the boltcaster for now. We'll just try this out. Alright. Hi, I'm here to be the beatdown. Can someone successfully play 2 1-on-1, 3 1-on-2 and crush an opponent? Okay. So we got Frontier Bivouac. We got 4 colors out of our opponent to start things off. All right. Let's push him in. That's 5 color? 5 color. All right. 5 color, everything's in play.
And yeah, that's proper 5 color.
Yeah,
there's no way to explain otherwise why they would include those cards.
What?
It's an interesting interface for 2-grid.
Yeah, doing like the Phyrexian bit from the completed walkers.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
United Battlefront.
There's no way this hits anything. This is non-creature.
They got a monument. That's it. United Front is so restrictive for the actual cards in this set.
Yeah. It feels like it's got, like, there's some combos to go along with it, but certainly not here. Alright, opponent still has 7 cards in hand. We are running out of things to be doing. Sure. Like, I can't play Zergo. Okay, a lot of devotees, ton of fixing. Scry 2. This card's quite good. Two top. Ooh. Alright. So, known land. Sure, Bone Cairn. I'm probably just flash and get that at end step. Yeah. Okay, we can go in with Descendant of Storms. We're going to go ahead and pay for this. I would like a 1/1 white spirit token. We're going to trade. I would like a Furious Forebearer, and I'll play a Furious Forebearer. That gets us more of a board than just the Teeming Dragonstorm, because we still get to do that next turn. Two cards left. They can rebuy the Abzan Devotee, but that's about it. They can use the Teamer Monument for a 5. Ooh, okay, that's fine. Well, sure. Oh, this is gonna buy back a siege rhino. That sucks. That's no good for us. They also milled a vampire nighthawk. Uh-oh. They can make their siege rider into a vampire knight. Okay, why did they? Oh, well, okay. That's good for us that they didn't do that. This is the part of the game where I think our opponent has turned the corner.
Yeah. Seems like.
I think this
and
is
I mean, this is the weakness. This is the weakness of aggro, you know?
This is the weakness of having Zergo in our deck. I think we win this game if that card was a 2-2 with no text. Because we had 4 turns where we could have been the aggressor. Getting you off the table. Flying Vigilance? Ugh. Okay. They're making some choices that I don't agree with. They spent the Revenant on, like, the revive rather than, anything else. Try and get this 5-5 off the table with the recursive body and the 2-2. Okay. You know, I understand why our opponent's 5-color, by the way. Okay. And they exiled my recursive body, yeah. But... you know? Yeah, okay. Alright, we were not able to run them down in those first few turns where they weren't able to take, like, great actions against us. I think I'm still gonna try it.
There is an element of, yeah, you drew one of your 40, like, one of the only cards in your deck that was dead.
The problem is that in that game, if that was a 2-2 with no text, I believe we had the game. Just with how slow our opponent was. Like, if I had a body on 3, like...
This, on go first, I don't think you can do.
No, I don't think this does it. It's just Kieran
You got
and
the
a bunch
draw
of...
lands running. And even then, it wouldn't be particularly good even if he was,
Ooh,
you
I
know?
like Vanguard.
This is fine, comparatively.
Yeah. I'll just go ahead and put this current down bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, the thing is, our deck doesn't contain 2-2s with no text, but, like, if that was, like, the Jeskai Flurry...
Do you have that dragon in your deck? Because it does contain a 2-2 no text if you do.
That's true. Anyway, here's... Body on curve. Ooh, we got the cool forests. Swamp. Ooh, hey.
Oh, there's the swamp.
fine. That body is made to trade. Okay. So, like, the hope here is that I can play, like, you know... Get in. Hello, my name is Zergo's Vanguard. I want a 4-2. Red. Ramp!
Concerning.
You're taking so much damage this turn, though?
You're taking so
You're
much
taking
shit, 'cause
so
that's
much-
equipped too, right?
Yeah, that's
So
equipped
it's,
too.
Put that on your pack beast, swing in with...
They're on 5 color, but, are they dead?
Not this turn, but Channel Dragonfire is any target, right?
Yeah, that's face.
You
Alright.
basically only need to get in with one more creature to be able to Channel Dragonfire them to death.
Yeah.
And given a number of creatures that you have,
Oh my god, we gotta, hold on, we gotta... So yeah, all 5 basics. And a Dismal Backwater. And some green cards. That is a 3-3.
far too slow. Like, they're dead on board.
You need to kill my pack beasts right now. Is what you're gonna do. No.
Just tapping it. And that's not enough, because this does mobilize one.
Yeah. So that puts them to 4. I get to rebuy. We're not gonna.
And then you can end step Dragonfire face, then cast Dragonfire
You
next
wish
turn.
this card was
Harmonize.
instant.
Right.
We're instead just placing lethal creatures in play.
Yes.
I feel like this is an elemental. Like, this is a game we should have the elemental strength in. Like, Green
Yeah.
Lord, who's casting this, is elementally weak to a 2-1 for 1. What does the Wrath cost? So the Wraths in this format are 8 mana, Death begets life, 5 mana, 3 damage to everything, and black X. Those are our, those
The
are
long
our
and short
Wraths.
of it, the rats are expensive in this format.
Yeah. So tap the pack piece again. Sure. Alright. Hadouken. Yeah, actual true board sweepers are like hard to find in this format. 4 toughness is it gets around the Teamer one. The Teamer one, by the way, is 3 damage to everything, then landfall 4/4 flyer. It's this art in the background here. The card is absolutely sick. Like, the card is wildly strong. The 8 mana Wrath can kill you because it draws a card for each creature killed, so you have to be a little careful on that one. And then the black X1 is -X/-X to all non-dragons.
Did they fix the arena, like, you know, archetypes over there?
Oh, is there still a Celestia? They never fixed the affinity one, so I assume they didn't yet. Okay.
Got Shock Brigade, Pack Beast. This is a good curvet.
Yeah.
No problem here.
Yeah, we're looking at, like, removal attackers in combination, like removal attackers
have-
tricks in combination.
Yeah.
Like, that's good for the pack beasts. You know, if they go for something like that. Oh boy.
Pack Beast 2? Alright, let's see.
Teamer. Thank you.
Bolt Exhale. Makes sense. That's actually better on that than on either of the Pack Beasts.
Yeah. That leaves these open. Because that was a 4 damage kill spell. That's a good kill spell. That's what we have. Okay.
It's in your hand right now.
So this gets them a card off top. They get a land for next turn. Sure. I can play that for 2 after doing Molten Exhale here.
Yes, you can. I mean, given that these both have the word Pack Beast in the name, you're supposed to play them together.
Hold on, I gotta... Okay, Auto Tapper's not gonna get me for it. But yeah, this is one of the cool payoffs for Mobilize, is this card. 2 mana, 4/3 draws a card. Normal things for a 4/3 to be 2 mana, comma, draws a card. So they have a free land. They'll be easy play. This card's fine. Another Equilibrium. Sure. That doesn't really change the math on the turn.
Nah, I mean, it kills the Pack Beast, I'm assuming, but... Oh, I guess no, it doesn't.
No, this is...
Not by itself, anyway.
Yeah, and their card... They got... This is a really good card for them to have gotten off it. Simpsons Appraiser is a really strong piece. This is top 2, 1 to hand, 1 to grave.
Yeah, nice.
Really, really good. Yeah, this is just go in and, like, probably play, like, another Pack Beast or maybe the Teeming Dragonstorm. I can't leave up the white combat trick with, like, this, so there's no point in, like, trying that. This hits them for 6. I kind of like more Pack Beasts. We also have the trick available to us of jump the Pack Beast for 5. So, you know. If they play the Sig Appraiser here, I think we're in a good position. I think that's not a card they want to be casting here. Okay, sure, they get 3 mana for that, and they can cast the Sig Appraiser. They get double strike, but that doesn't matter. We're spending a shock here. They probably grabbed a land, so they can make more plays. We're going to spend a shock. This lets us bounce a token to draw a card. Okay. That's a fine draw. Storm Beacon Blade on the flyer is 5. Okay. Kill spell for something? Okay.
Nope, just cycling and...
Well, no, that
Oh, no. That's...
Yeah, that's the kill
That
spell.
is not a... Yeah, okay.
So the line here is...
Or lets Kieran attack in.
Yeah. The white mana, like, lockdown here is a bit... I think it's Kieran and Pack Beast in. They can't block... They have to block with Sagu Mauler on the Kieran or they die, so that's guaranteed. And then we'll draw a card off that. Good. That's perfect. That's the exact card I wanted to draw. Okay, put our opponent to 4. Planes.
A 2/1.
Yeah, I mean, a 2/1 connecting is lethal because of the power of that channel Dragonfire. Okay.
That makes sense.
If that's all you
But
have.
also doesn't really help them.
Yeah, if that's all they have, I think they're dead. Equip the blade to the Salt Road Pack Beast.
It does let it swing in, yeah. Could you make Dragonfire really cheap by putting it on the Descendant in a profitable way? I don't think so.
I think they're blocking the Pack Beast regardless, so I'm going to do this to force a block in a different spot.
Yeah.
Decline. How you doing? So this is lethal, unless you have a combat trick, and we have an indestructible to stop burn spell, so... This looks like lethal to me. This blade is working. This blade's nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of power in not toughness. It's supposedly not toughness. A lot of power to be able to use shiftable, so cheaply.
I remember, like,
it's bone splitter +1, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, +1/+1/+1 on everything. 1 on play, 1 more on cost, 1 more on, like, yeah, 2 to play, 2 to equip, 3. But the 3, and also the card draw, because of the way it's worded, like, it works with mobilize, which makes it super easy on a lot of our creatures to just be like, yeah, 3 is like, we get a card off this. And, like, this is a deck that, like, having card draw in your aggro deck. I need one game where we get to play Zergo.
Yeah. Getting one game where you get to play Zergo will make it feel fine about having included Zergo in the deck. I understand, yeah.
Even
if he doesn't do anything. So long as
I don't care. You play, like, we drew him on that last one, and it's like, if only we had seen a swamp there. The monument, by the way, that we have for our black fixing is quite good. 5 tap, make 3 1/1s with haste menace.
Pretty good.
So like, easy way to make some reach the concept rather than reach the mechanic. All right, how we looking? Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah,
I like this. If we draw a better 2, we can not use this one, but if we don't, like, I'm completely fine using that as make a 2/2. Having the blade with the pack piece is really nice, because that curves excellently.
Hey, there's a 2. It's even one that attacks well into that. Well, I mean menace, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Even block's fine, which I would take. This is a mana dork as well, so they've got the acceleration of 4. The last couple sets have been sort of building up to red getting creature-based mana like this. We had the Start Your Engines one, if you remember, from Aether Drift, the tap for double red. The idea stated with this is, like, they shouldn't be better than what green does, but, like, it fits in a way of, like, red as... We've wanted red to be temporary mana for as long as we move Seething Song into it. Hey, what the fuck? Excuse me? Hey, okay. I sure am glad I have defibrillating current right now. Yeah. My point I was going to make was that red has been, like, moving, because, like, mono writs flat are, like, in general just kind of too strong for most of Magic. Seething Song as a concept is extremely strong, no matter how you slice that. And then so like Red's moved into like a well played. Well, you know, you do in fact win some and lose some. I'm completely fine with this. I'm happy to see the Temur player just showing up with the largest possible creatures. Hey, Bivouac. We're cooked. We're very cooked. On the play, turn 4.
All right, I just sat down and there's 5-5 and a 6-6.
Yeah, we killed a 6-4 already. I'd like to
Okay.
note there was a 6-4 in play as like a thing that existed. So, you know. Here's my way of not dying. Anyway, now that... anyway, the saga. They call it the Endless Song, but that's only because people don't hear it past the second elephant. Elephants guide me. It doesn't hand off trample. I need my opponent's hands to be dead. I need two islands, please. Two islands. One named Jack, one named Squat. You got nothing else. The rest of your deck is I don't know why you're playing, 29 forests, but that was the... No! Help!
No, I think what your opponent
Help!
has is instead backbreaker
Help!
after
Help!
backbreaker
Help!
after backbreaker.
Help!
Yeah.
Help! This is the true teamer. Like, this is the teamer player at their most teamer. Alright, you got the Haymaker. You got the second Haymaker. You got the third Haymaker. You get the 3 cards off your Storm Shell. This turtle, by the way, is so cool. Look at how big. Look at how steppy. When it attacks, it stuns itself 3 times, draws 3. So it'll be, it'll be tapped for a while. I don't know.
It's fun that they are made sure to remember. Also, Tarkir has got big turtles.
Yeah, also got big turtles. Here we go. Alright, well, technically, you didn't kill me. You gotta lead it over the geysers? Yeah. It's got the, you can see the, like, temple it clearly has on the back of this thing. Alright, give me another elephant, please.
I think your opponent plays exclusively backbreakers and nothing else.
Backbreakers and 2 mana red creatures that ramp them to it.
Yeah.
They're,
Which, I mean, that sounds like a really good teamer deck.
that's a
to be
good as hell
honest.
deck. Alright. Joke's on you. Damn, like that. I am very happy to see this because this is the sort of like real teamer experience, you know? What does a 1 mana 2/1 have against a turn 4 5/5? The answer is usually 6 damage, but clearly
6
not.
damage ain't 20, so.
Yeah. We do have kill spells that deal with that. Like, we have our O-ring. 15k emus. Thank you very much for the sub. I'm enjoying the heck out of this deck.
I was enjoying it as well, but I must away at this point.
All right. Well, thanks for joining on the deck here. Hopefully we can keep getting it over the line. You have a good one, Doc. Well, Ty was ranking animals based on his ability to take them, and that tracks for chance to take. You ain't beaten one elephant. You ain't beaten a quarter of an elephant. Like, okay, this is fine. Okay. Ooh, alright. Well, I will trade, just flat. Because look at our, like, curve here. We actually get to do the thing. I want this off the table so that Zurgo can get in. So the idea here is that I'm going to Mardu Monument so I can play Zurgo on 3, and then we're going to use Defibrillating Current to make sure that that, like, gets through. Okay, they've also got full mana, and they've got a little ramp piece here. Probably have a 5-color thing going on. I'm going to wait on Zurgo. We're going to go with Pack Beasts first. The idea being that I can play Zurgo after attacking with Pack Beasts. That way I'm, like, hiding the fact that I have the Zurgo. Yep, there's the 4th color, which makes sense with this. Okay, so we're going to go... Combat in... Zurgo. Hello! We got to do the thing. Yes. Alright. Now here's a kill spell for Zurgo, but I think they probably... Oh, I suppose we want to give that point to Zurgo then. That's fine. I was thinking about spreading it in case they had a kill spell rather than, like, putting it on Zurgo for a flash blocker was the thought process there. Death by 1,000. Look at this thing. Look. We definitely pull in the sheep. Zurgo knows how to pull them in. I also have the Mardu Monument tokens as well. They're 1/1s with haste and menace. We're in a pretty good position. I also am holding a kill spell to deal with this guy. Something I do want to do. Okay. It's fine. Okay, they can flashback Winter Night Stories by tapping a creature. But they don't have a blue unless they use the... Okay. Whenever a creature you control becomes target of a spell or ability, opponent controls, draw a card. Okay, so our opponent has 8 health. Has 2 blockers. And we have a few attackers. To battle! To battle! To battle! It worked. Sureki is a good card. Whenever somebody tries to kill spell something, you draw a card for a replacement, and like so. Sureki is hard to remove without Sureki getting some sort of, you know, fill back for you. But all right, that's what we needed. That's what we were here for. Zergo not only got to do something, that something was like nuts. That something was like extremely powerful. So. We're not like doing like mobilize in like the full on like sacrifice tokens thing, but we are doing like the beatdown, and that's working out. How's everybody's Friday going? Hope you're having a good one here. Been a pretty busy one for me, but pretty good. Like, been happy with the Friday. Yeah? Yeah? Uh-huh. Yeah? Okay, mill the Island Dragon, sure. Play out our forebearer. Alright, what's your 3 look like? Draw 2, discard 1. This card's quite good because it's very easy to keep playing and very cheap. Willing to make that trade there. We can stasis, static snare, not stasis. Or stasis snare is a different card. Which we are absolutely gonna do here. We're gonna combat. And the 1/1 stay. Alright. Then they have a fight spell with the devotee, of course. Yep. We don't have the white again for that, which is annoying, but like, what can you do? This is probably get in and play Teeming Dragonstorm. We have big removal. We have four toughness removal, which isn't like super big, but like hopefully their thing is just like something big enough for me to like want to just kill it in that way. All right, Formation Breaker is something we can kill for 4 here. So let's go ahead and do Molten Exhale so that I can make another play with it. This will be... How much is this on the... It's 4 on the flashback. We'll see if they want to make the full trade. Okay, nope. I'm gonna decline that because I want to be forward on the board right now. Like, we're a little bit like crunched on like board space is how we win, so we absolutely need to be doing that instead of like going wide. Sorry, instead of like building a board like that, like we want to be going wide instead. I think I need to take that out. Okay, tap out to draw. I like that. They're probably getting a land and a 2? No. We're gonna get our card. And I'm gonna push this way. Hopefully they double block. I think double blocking is less effective than blocking a 1-1 and a 2-2 here, like in keeping their 3-3, but it's also represents a pretty big threat. Okay. I like getting the board clear here. Put it at 8. We're holding Shock and Shock Plus. We got the Pack Beast for very cheap here. And I can Sword get in with everyone. They have 6 mana. They didn't play a land last turn. Okay, we can shock that out of the way. I think that's fine. They surveilled to the top, so they're keeping what they drew. How do I want to go about this? Okay. Rescue Leopard is nice. No attacks. So we can't double spell for a body out of them. They can recur, but that's only +2/+2. They kept a card on top, so like worst case is like the Meringue River 6/7 and we just lose on the spot. But like that's fine. We're not gonna be seeing that. I don't think they have red here. Are they just they're not they're playing this as a green-blue duel. We are planning on just overwhelming force through, like going wide enough. Procession pickup. Okay, so that's gonna pick up and kill the Pack Beast. But that's most of their turn to do that? I'm fine with that. We don't have a trick to stop that, sadly. We'll go in. Okay, they don't have a dragon. I am going to pay for this back. And then we're going to play Pack Beast post-combat. That'll be our next turn. Then we can equip and play 2 1s next turn. Tomb Guard, that is win a... That's... Ooh, that's a lot of draw. Okay. Strong position for them. Red, there is a splash for that. Oh, smokes. Okay. We're going to go equip Pack Beasts. We're going to push in, get our card. This gets them to 4. And then from here we go... Zergo's Vanguard, Descendant of Storms. At this stage, we're now ready to go, they're at 4, and we've got the shock. We only need to connect for 2, and, like, we have so many ways to get in for 2 here. Yeah. Let's see your trick. You clearly have one. What is it? -3, -0, draw 3 cards. Okay. I think they must have the Teamer Sweeper. I think they've got the Teamer Sweeper in deck. That's what they're going for here. They're going to do 3 damage to swipe the board, play and try to do that? No, they're going to track haulers to pick up the Blizzard again. They have double blue, so the Blizzard would stop us. Yeah, pick up the Blizzard. But they have to tap out for it, and I can just kill them with the Flyer? Pretty sure they're just dead here. Yeah, okay. God. Alright, I respect a lot of what our opponent was doing. They drew so many cards with Focus the Mind and the other Focus the Mind and the Draw 3. They had 7 left in deck. Oh, I have to wonder if it was the Teamer Sweeper. That's the card I was expecting. Like, that's a card that's powerful enough for you to want to make that like, splash. So. Good, good. We just have to have long game on it. Honestly, I might think about wanting to play. Sorry, I should have played the Tempest Hawks the more I think about it in this deck. I don't know that we have the 3 slots open, but like. Anyway, we got a mulligan. That's not keepable. This is keepable. Wow, this is really good. Put Shock Brigade back. Try to use this Descendant of Storms to push in. Funky, but I'm going to do it this way so that we can channel Dragonfire there too. Okay. Okay, they must be holding a burn spell. Okay. So this is actually quite nice for us. We can go, shock this. And then because we have the Zergo's Vanguard, I'm going to go wide here. Fourth land. That also avoids the kill spell stopping us flat. Well, we don't lose the value on that. Sun Pearl Kieran can pick up the Vanguard if combat goes weird. If they play a big creature, we just sort of walk past it. I don't know, like that's not a problem. I think I'm actually going to spend the snare here. And then we'll go ahead and Sun Pearl Kieran, pick up the mobilized token. That's a super good draw. That's an extremely good one for us to have here. Ooh! Our opponent is in, needing the top deck mode. Alright. We're also close to that, but, like, we have a board, and they're at 10. Okay, so they can flashback for one card. Yep, there it is. The most expensive card. So that is a Whispers of the Muse flash buyback on that for the cost. Anyway, they must have drawn into a land on that, sadly, because we're attacking for 6 of 10. We're getting to play a pack piece for 1 mana. I talked about what my thoughts on the most powerful commons in this set are. Any card with Exhale in its name, I think, is, like, top tier common. Just flat, any card with Exhale. The Sibsig Appraiser, I think, is really good. This is also just, like, outrageous. If you cast this for 5, it's... that's, like, worse Owlbear. If you cast it for 4, that's quite good. If you cast this for anything under 4... you're cheating. Like, it just feels like you're cheating if you cast that for, like, 2, you know? And it's not hard to do. Mobilize up... my keys. Up to 5 wins. This one's working out. I'm happy with the games we've had with this one. We've been, knocking at the door on people, keep, pushing through. We've also been, had our door just knocked right on in by some elephants, by 5-color, like we've given better than we've got, and it's been pretty good. All right, Winter, what's up? Yeah, this looks good. I have a Shock, I've got a Blade, I've got Descendant. Descendant's quite good, especially on the play. We can go wide with Descendant with the Blade here to make it look a little better. I've got the Dawnbreaker in hand, I've got like, this just looks nice. I like the aggression this hand has. This, like, our opponent is... like, and also, even if they have, like, Channel Dragonfire or, like, a Shock or, like something like that to stop this... So I'm going to go wide again, because our deck likes going wide, and it means that a removal spell doesn't eat all of our, beans. And also, like, say they play Sultai, Filter? Oh! Okay. Oh my god. Combat continues. In. What if I played 1 card? Could you beat it? I'm gonna play 1 card. It's up to you to stop me. Full forward defender? Okay. How do we want to do that? I think we're trading a Shock for it. I think we're trading a Shock for it. It sucks, like, we're gonna lose one of our Descendant Storms, but, like, I think that's the line. a trick. Alright. Thanks, Shock. Appreciate you, Shock. If nobody else has got me, I know Shock's got me. I don't think you can afford to block a 1/1. Ooh. That is a good one. Alright, choose correctly. I was hoping that we were going to draw a mountain so I could flashback my shot. I would like to point out just the power of not Usher of the Fallen. Like, if you have not played with or against something like Descendant of Storms, like, we didn't need to play any other cards for, what, 4 turns? One removal spell was enough for our board to just be wide enough by the end of the day. Like, that's the power of that card, is that the 1/1s are, like, expensive, but they don't cost a card. It's so good. That's a card that is, like, very cubable. Nice hero power. Yeah. The Endures bit on there is, like, just as easy to understand in my mind as Boast. They're both, like, keywords that are probably going to be a one-off in your cube, but will have the reminder text. I find that an important piece for him. There are a couple other cards with Endures that are, like, close, but, like, I value straightforwardness a lot for my own cube, because a lot of the games that I play with it are with people who might not be, like, as intimately familiar. Lunar Fears, I'm a little worried about the speed. If my opponent had not mulliganed, I probably would have mulliganed. I realize that that's like, I probably shouldn't take that into account as the tipping point, but I do think that Pack Beasts plus Zurgo's Vanguard it represents a powerful amount of pressure if we are able to get to that point. And we do have a defibrillating current and the Lightfoot technique. I like the hand, I just wish it had a 2-drop. You know, having something here to pressure, even if it's like that recursive 3/1, that'd be pretty good. We're just going to go ahead and play Pack Beasts, move on. Ooh. It's not a card I want to leave in play. I'm still going to go Pack Beasts and move on. I'm just a little worried about that. This thing's quite good. Whenever a counter goes on a thing, you get a free 1/1 with it. We have an O-ring for it in case of fire. We have an O-ring for something completely different in case of fire. We've got Golgari uncommons, the opponent. If you wonder why I didn't block this card, it's Menace, by the way. Just... I'm also not gonna, like, you know, I wouldn't if they were on 5 open like this. Like, that's just not worth the risk. Mobilize X, where X is the number of creatures in your grave. Or, yeah, creatures in your grave. So I could kill this. What are we feeling? If I kill the Avenger, they have 2 cards in hand, and they have the Stalwart still. I'm not happy about that, but, like, this is a... The Death Touch on this is a pain in the ass. I'm gonna try and hit this. If they've got a... Snakeskin Veil... Okay, that's fine. It's annoying. I'd rather, like... But I'd much rather it be that than Snakeskin Veil. Snakeskin Veil would have made it a 4/6. That still gains me the life, and, like... You know... Doesn't result in an unkillable jerk. Still a problem with a capital P, but it's not an unanswerable problem with a capital P. Perhaps Lightfoot Technique on Zergo's Vanguard will be enough to, like, push us over the edge. They also don't have anything, though. This is just a Death Toucher. It is a 2/4 Death Toucher, which makes it hard for us to do anything with. And there's the power of the Stalwart Successor. We haven't had a point where I've been able to kill this. If we had pulled the trigger on trying to kill this with our kill spell, we would have just failed as much. Did you not choose to mill 3? Why would you do that? Do you know the top card of your deck in some way? There's no way. Like, you have Avenger of the Fallen in play. Come on. Did you surveil somewhere I missed? Yeah, whatever. Let's get bodies going. I could hold up the Lightfoot Technique, but I want to use that on Zergo's Vanguard on the offense rather than here. We have some problems of just, like, how much offense is happening here. I don't like this. Avenger of the Fallen could start moving in, and that'd be a bad way for me. Yeah, that's a bad way for me. Mobilize 0. I want this off the board, and I think I'm willing to double block to get it. I don't know. Zergo's Vanguard is not big enough to do it. I'm gonna take the hit. I think we might be able to kill. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that's not good. You know the thing I said about killing? That's unlikely. However, this is quite good. This is actually an incredibly good draw for us. Pile of 2/2s is something that, like, stuffs the current offense. I can jump kill the Sagu Wildling. I can double block the Stalwart Successor. And our opponent is on the top deck. We do need to do some clearing. Our life total's gotten a little low because I just took that half life total hit. I need our opponent to, not fade, but, like... Okay. Now, do I go for the jump block here? Really? I think I'm going to go for the jump block and the double block here. I guess block this with... Yeah. Alright. So here's the line. You two. I know this makes the Avenger a problem, but... It's as clean as we've got. Exhale is 4. I've got enough to block Avenger and kill it. I probably am... am I killing Traveling Botanist? No, I think I'm not. I think I'm holding this. Let's pass it back. We'll see what our opponent does here. The Avenger's worrisome. The board is worrisome. I don't want to kill any more things until the Avenger of the Fallen is off the board at this stage. Our life total's a little bit too low. Right now, with a land in hand, we're looking for our... Ooh, that's bad. We can't even kill that with the Exhale. What I'm looking for is my dragon, so I can pick up the teaming Dragonstorm. Also get us a little bit more body is going on. I suppose that's... That makes Zergo's Vanguard trade 1-for-1 with Avenger of the Fallen now. The problem is we have that 3 in the air that's going to be killing us, and I don't have a clean answer. Okay, hold on. I have an idea. Just maybe. What do I need to draw to win? A kill spell? Because those Zergo's Vanguards are going to attack for 15 apiece. 16 apiece. I think I need one more kill spell for a blocker. That would be enough. Alright, we need... Fade 1 turn. If they all out, that's fine. Yes! Oh, okay, okay, okay. If they have a combat trick, we're dead anyway, so I'm not going to play as though they have one. We're just going to take 3. Alright. Well, here we go. Is it enough? Oh, they have something? No. Here we go. The squad. From downtown. Boom shakalaka. I'm so happy about that one working. We needed them to attack with that 2-3. This didn't work without them attacking with that 2-3. We needed them to have, because if they can just block both of those two, it doesn't matter. Okay. They didn't think they were dead. They attacked to try to make their draw next turn better because there's a surveil on that thing when it attacks. And that's 7-2. Maximum magic continues. I think we've done this every single draft. Oh, boom shakalaka. Now, we tend to talk about the wizard who dies with 6 elixirs in their pocket, but the wizard who lives at 1 HP. The master of efficiency. Alright. I'm feeling on fire. I'm feeling unstoppable. Let's go, like... I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna go ahead and do, like, some nonsense where I blow up, like, twice, and then end on, like, a 4-3 or something. That's fine. I'll be right back. Okay. Maybe actually play blue. Oh my god, I haven't actually played blue this format. Here's the thing. I think blue in this format is got some real heat. I've talked about what I think one of the best comments is with that Simsig appraiser, and I think it's got some flyers and pieces to back that up. I'm most like what it represents with not with Sultai, with Teamer. I think that's a fun place. Like, I think we've seen some very real opponents on it. But anyway, draft 2. I'm so happy that just pile of 1/1s plus a 15 power 3-drop. Is that good enough? It's like probably good enough. Alright. Draft 2. Let's see if we can't continue maximum magic. 3 drafts, 27 games. Okay, Sidisi, I was low on. I talked about last time we saw the Sidisi. I was like, I don't know how impressed I am. The recursion that Sidisi represents is actually quite strong. I think I'm going to pick up this Whirlwing Storm Brood. That dynamic soar we saw do some wild stuff, but also the flash and the ability to hand off flash, I think, is a fun way to go through things. We got blown out by the front half, and we were able to race blown up by the back half and race the front half. We also have some other like kind of interesting things. This Dragonstorm I'm not as sold on, but it is a reach and like piece for reach. We saw Furious Forebear doing its job. We saw Current doing way more than its job. I like Forest Kinguard. I wasn't playing the one we had, and that might have been like a misstep because we didn't have wide stuff. I like this dragon. It's like expensive, but it's ice is a good card. All right, let's pick up World Storm. Ooh, okay. Hold on. So, the other thing in here, we've got this Rejuvenator. I think this card's nice. Very easy to make a Mega Million mana. The Focus the Mind is a good way to keep these sorts of decks going. It's instant speed. You're usually doing it at sorcery with that discount, but you can do it for 5. I love the Rhino. I love -1/-1/-1/-1 Rhino. But yeah, this is a fun position. We can get in on some Simic. Oh no, more Rhinos. Uh-oh. Somebody to the left of us is gonna have an incredible time. This card, like, it evokes the feeling of Siege Rhino, but it is not Siege Rhino. It's merely a fine card. The body is obviously fine, and the drain is small. I really like Sultai Devotee. The Death Touch on this does so much lifting, and this lets us do some, like, allow for the black if we want. We'll see what that ends up being, but, like, this is an early card that stuffs a lot of cards. Fleeting Effigy, I like as a payoff for Flurry. Look, I don't need to tell you what the person on our left is doing. What I can tell you is what we're not doing, because they're stealing all the cards for it. We've passed them every card for it. We're not Abzan. We're absolutely not Abzan. We can't be Abzan. We passed all the Abzan cards. What is this Shocking Sharpshooter? Yo, Crime Archer. I didn't know this card was. Oh, did I? I don't know. I don't remember this but like this works really well with the mobilized stuff. Obviously, you get 3 pings. I'm a Jig Champion. This is a weaker card, but like it keeps on our line here. It's a card of absolute. Ooh, hold on. Okay, hold on. Now, I realize we don't have either of these cards. But what we do have is 2 Sterling. Can I? I don't know that I didn't see the exhale here. Okay, what if we're not? That's fine. There's also Caustic exhale too. Damn. Good stuff here. It'll wheel, and we'll be fine. Ooh, I like the, okay, I think Riverwalk Technique is a card I'm fine having one of. I don't know how much the Trade Route out and what he's going to do for us when we're not in Abzan, but I think the card is still fine, even with things like Champion of Doosan or the Whirlwing Stormbrood handing off counters. And also, this is a 5/4 base if we don't, which is a fine creature. 5/4 has a little bit of a trade down effect with stuff like Champion of Doosan, but 5 power is a lot of power. Green is definitely where we're sitting. I'm gonna go ahead and take up. No, this is the double fight, right? Ooh, hold on. Yeah, but like, what if? We also have Ringing Strike Mastery, which is the Singing Bell Strike, sort of. I don't know that I care too much for Dragon Claw. I'm gonna believe. If I pick it, it means that we believe in it, and we can. If we believe in it, we can make it happen. Unending Whisper, I think, is fine. This card cycles for 1 like very cheaply, and then the late game refill I think is really nice. We can just tap something like Trade Route Envoy for it on the turn where we don't need defense. Like, it's cheap, it's real. Nothing in here really speaks to me. I'll take the Undergrowth Leopard. I don't really care for this. I think it's a little bit too low for the format. This isn't fixing we're looking at. So, makes a cat no. You can't be. No, they didn't fall it. Nobody did it. No one. No. Ain't no one. Okay. Guess what? Okay. I guess they passed the second one, and then they passed the first one and picked the second and went, oh, heck, I should have taken that. Take this color, and then do we get it? No. Fine. Dragonologist. Yeah, we're absolutely a Dragonologist. This picks up instant sorceries or dragons. It means it can pick up the Exhale, it can pick up the Unending Whisper, it can pick up all these dragons up here. That's pretty nice. I also like the Serpent. It's a little expensive, but the bounce is real. The Formation Breaker is a good aggressive piece, and this keeps us alive. Also wouldn't hate taking, like, Dismal Backwater. I don't know what our third color is if we have one, but Constrictor Sage is tap a creature, doesn't untap. Thornwood Falls is our perfect mana. Cotis is hard. We aren't, like, super buffing Cotis. Could just take the Constrictor Sage, too. This thing's also just fine. Or the Thornwood Falls and kind of keep the mana going. I don't know. I don't believe in this Constrictor Sage. There's also a dragon? That's true. Not huge on this one. Well, actually, this one's fine. This one's actually... Never mind, I'm lying. Take the Constrictor. Okay, Piercing Exhale. Glacial Dragon Hunt. That one's pretty good. Piercing Exhale is also just, like, the removal piece. Kotai. Okay, y'all have to place your bets now. In pack 3, what are we gonna get the double of that we're just gonna pass up? Who ain't coming with? I'm picking Rolling Dragonstorm because my hope is that we can use this to get things, like, rolling. It's Roiling Dragonstorm. So maybe we can't use it to get rolling. What does this one do? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. You know what? If we're 2-color, I'm actually fine playing this. Yeah. I'd like a couple more dragons for this at the end of the day, but we saw the blizzard. I like knockout maneuver as well. Right now we are on 9 creatures, so I can pick this and feel fine. This is the kind of removal I want to be having in the deck. Agent, Sultai Monument. This ramp piece. I actually would like to have 1 copy of Roamers. This Monument's fine too. Alright. The dragon I want in this deck is the Teamer Uncommon Dragon. That's one I think is very good. We could pick up a 3rd Piercing Exhale. I kind of want the Einok Wayfarer as a body to play early that keeps us in moving. Mostly because we already have 3 bites. I'm fine passing up a 4th bite. Formation Breaker and the Defender. I don't know that the Breaker's what our speed is, but it does have some cards in here that are really strong. Dragon Formation Breaker on 2, Whirling Stormbird on 3 is a 6/6 that can't be blocked. There are going to be games where that just ends it. We'll take a Plummet. I don't know that that's making the deck, but we can play it. I want a couple more dragons in this. I also would like to have the Dragon Searcher, but, you know. We made our choice. I will take a Ring Strike Mastery. I don't... that's probably fine. I will not take a Wing Breaker. All Out Assault, that ain't us. Inspiring Vanguard, that definitely could be us. Kiru Goldkeeper is a dragon that I would actually play the splash on. We have enough ways of making that happen between the Sultai Devotee and the Roamer's Routine and the Globe and the Evolving Wilds and the Maelstrom. It's probably fine. This one hands off +2/+2 and flying as well on its pickup, which is nice. Sultai Devotee is good. As I said, cards with Exhale in their name are fine. Or not fine. Like, you know what I mean. I like this Teamer Tawny back as well. I think that card's good. We'll take another dragon, though. Let's get some more dragons going. Avenger of the Fallen. Creature card mana X or less. Put it in play. We also just have Host of the Hereafter. This is expensive. My problem with this is that it's expensive. Like, I know we have pieces of ramp in this deck. We got the Globe, we got the so it is likely. You know what? Sure, why not? Rediscover the Way, Piercing Exhale, Sage of the Fang? This is a good curve out. This is a good creature. This curves out well with stuff like the Formation Breaker. Rediscover the Way is quite good. Cycle through, then hand off Double Strike. Kind of filling things out. Ooh, hello. How you doing? We got this nice bird here. Kishless Skimmer here is anytime a card leaves our grave on our turn, we draw once. Which is, there's a lot of different ways that can happen. Between having both the Renew ability and the Harmonize ability of Unending Whisper. Also just a 2/2 flyer for 2. Like, happy for that. Blizzard. Ah, hey. This is a fine dragon that I want to have in the deck. We have a Thornwood Falls, but I actually don't, I don't feel like I'm that hard up on the fixing pieces going on here. I'd rather have just some more bodies going, and this is fixing anyway. So, this fulfills all conditions. Steg, Sultai Monument. 1 copy of Sultai Monument now that I'm actually playing the black in here. I know I passed 2 copies of that, of Kotis, but... wow. Look at this. Oof. 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 That's got some power still sitting in here. Yeah, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm just... Yes! Yeah! It's real! One globe, one boulderboard dragon, and a dream. I will take... Actually, I was going to say just spelling exhale, but I actually want another Sultai devotee because that card specifically works really well with our piercing exhales. I know that that passes up like a counter spell for us, but that's fine. None of this is real. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I'm gonna let them feel really good about the late cards coming by. Whoever the person on our left, if they actually are in Mardu, they're gonna be having a great day. Help out your fellow drafter. What's the worst thing happening? You play against them? Anyway. I feel like this is missing some sort of top-end haymaker thing, but like we actually have a lot of cards I'm quite happy with in here. And honestly, we have two of the Stormbrood. That alone is like good stuff. Champion to do some globe, boulder. And then, do I put in the Kiru Goldkeeper? Probably. Having another dragon seems like it's, like, up our alley. If I want to put that in... Several moderately sized flyers is a win con. Okay, what are our non-creatures in this deck? It is... We're gonna keep rolling Dragonstorm. So it's... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did I miss? Honestly, this trade route envoy. It's probably like find a. So it's like this. Knockout maneuver. Oh, the roamer's routine. I don't know that that's actually necessary in the deck, but shrug. We actually have a lot of top end. Okay. Dragonstorm. So yeah, if I go cut out Trade Route Envoy, like Trade Route Envoy has a couple cards it works well with. I already cut the Singing Bell Strike. That card did not last in the deck. I don't think it's good enough for what we're doing. Like, you'd want it in as like another thing to like not die. I don't know. I don't feel like with what we have, I'm super worried about dying early. I have enough like death touchers and small removal bits that I'm not super worried about that. Could just cut Unending Whisper. Like, I know it's not quite filler, but like I'm gonna cut the dog. We're gonna put in Kiru. We'll do this. Yeah, I don't disagree with like the idea behind that. Oh, we are still Celestia counters down here. But one of the things about Singing Bell Strike is that that card and like a smaller version of it, that card backfires so much. Okay. You know, I don't know if I did cut the trader. Whoops, that's fine. Let's get the Dragonstorm forecaster going. Uh-oh. Yeah, whatever, boss. We got the globe. They got perfect mana. Prove it. Prove it. Burn a kill spell on this. Yes! It doesn't have anything left to search. It just has the one Boulder Roar Dragon. It's already done its entire job. Another victory for fairies. Now, do they want to spend the leopard on the globe? That's the big question. Okay, they're willing to do it. 2 in, 2 out. We got our card. Sultai Devotee. We can Rolling Dragonstorm, kind of keep things moving here. That is the entire point of this card. Yeah, discard on land. Okay. You know, it's fine. I get to play either a Constrictor Sage or a Boulderborn Druid. No! Uh-oh. Alright, heck. How do I beat a draw 3? That's worrisome. I could Nature's Rhythm for a Sultai Devotee. But they still draw 3 cards off that. I'm just gonna pass. We're gonna kill you with flying. Alright, million cards. How many... What if they have another turtle, though? I guess we'll find out. Okay. Okay. That's fine, we can stun that. Okay, pick up our dragon. I am just gonna go ahead and stun that Feral Deathgorger. Now let's make it happen. We're looking at a bite spell. It is best to kill the Whirling Stormbrood because the Constrictor Sage isn't really a problem. And the Flyer is how we win this game. Yeah, okay. That's an issue. Sure. Oh! Okay. Alright. Okay, we get an exhale. Gonna keep that tap down for now. I need a Death Toucher to be able to kill the Death Gorger. Ooh, their own. Uh-oh. We're having, like, problems. So I could go... search up a Death Toucher with the Nature's Rhythm Piercing Exhale. That's enough. I can play the Dragonstorm rolling first. Using this and one. Okay, let's discard Sage of the Fang. Then we're gonna go X equals 2. Give me Sultai Devotee. Do they have their last card real? They have priority because they have Leopard activation. Yeah, that's fine. Oh no! Well. We were never able to fully get that board back. They were also almost about to have a turtle. Alright, did I cut that trader? No. The kill spell on our O3 didn't matter. The globe going down actually pushed us back a little bit. That was a good choice by them to knock that out to stop us from just playing 5s out for a while. Yeah, this looks good. 2, 3, 4 on curve. We got plays. Oh, we got the beatdown coming. Okay, that's fine. We have a 1-3. That'll be okay. Dragonologist into Kara Goldkeeper. We got the land for Kara Goldkeeper. I think they're just gonna hit us for some damage again here. Fine by me. I wouldn't hate trading off the Skimmer, but like the Dragonologist is also just an answer to it, so I don't need to. I say answer as though a 1-3 is an answer. I mean, it is. You know what I mean. It's fine. I had to think on that one kind of deep. Alright. Let's get that Stormbird going. They didn't make a 3. I think that's quite good for us. Though it means they likely have a lot of, like, top end still going on. They kept that on top. Maelstrom. Let's play Zox, and let's pass it back. 4 in hand. They kept one on top. I'm gonna block the 1-1 with the Dragonologist here. If they have a shock, they have a shock. I'm fine with that. I'd rather that than like a plus X combat trick that takes out the Gold Keeper. We also get Stormbrood next turn. And then like Roamer's Routine is actually a lot of power. Ooh, that's... Okay, what if I actually play a Sultai Devotee instead? You know, what if that's more... I don't like those. I'm gonna double up on these. Make it hard for them to be able to get in combat because we just have a pile of Death Touchers, you know? Trade with the Vanguard. Alright, we got Life to Spare. We got Sagu Wildling still hanging out. 4 cards in hand. They didn't play a land pre-combat. We were able to answer their board presence, which they, like, I think I think they're still light on, but I don't know that. That's why I went with the double Sultai Devotee. No, okay, they actually are still light on the board presence. That's quite real. Okay. Kill. Do they have breath? Or no, they have the sack a creature worthy cost. Yeah. Okay. Let's. Let's ship it back. Ooh, that's a good one. That makes a lot of free damage happen. That's dangerous. Okay. I don't like that. So I'm trying to kill here with the power of Sagu Wildling making their math wrong. That's the idea. The idea here is that we can flash in Sagu Wildling as a blocker that also, like, gains me 3 life and presents a flying threat. That is annoying, but fine. If they attack him with a sharpshooter, we get to kill the sharpshooter. 2 cards in hand. We take 4 on the offense here. Oh, yeah, the life is pretty bad here. Ah, Victor. Ooh, okay. That's some extra damage here I'm not super happy about. I'm fine with Indestructible on the Pack Beast. That wasn't, like, where I was planning on getting the kill in here, but... Yes, okay, Sharpshooter. No! Come on! Fine. Ping, 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 ping. So we're gonna take 4 here. And... oh, God. Because we can't kill the Pack Beast now. Which is what I would like to have done now that we're... like, they didn't come in with the Sharpshooter. We have 7 in the air, but the Sharp... if they block with the Sharpshooter, that's okay. We'll try this. Tokens die. Draw a card. Aww. Draw another card. I don't think we're winning this one, but... yeah, okay. Alright. Dang. Again, just not enough to get over the line. Too quick on the move here. Did I need to trade with the Brigade earlier? Maybe. Yeah, we're just dead to the Sharpshooter. I don't know that trading with the Brigade gets me far enough into this one, though. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one a lot. The part I wish we were able to be a little bit more aggressive at was that turn where they went for Cruel Truths. Them having worthy cost to follow that up with really stymied our aggression a little too much. That's fine. Like I said at the beginning of this, it's the one where we take 2 losses and then end this one around like 4-3, right? I think I know the answer on this deck. It's not greedy enough. It's just not... it needs to be greedier. Okay, well, I'm very happy to have you here. Hello. Yes, yes, yes. I don't think of it as a 3-color base format. Maybe that's the miss. That's like strong open. That at least pushes through. I can't stop that from pushing through. It also lets their exhales all work. That's actually the more dangerous part of that, is that like no matter what with that, they get through. Oh no! Stop it! No, 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 no. Ha, you know my trick. I'm not blocking. I will take the Dragonstorm Globe, please. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and play the Globe and pass. Sage of the Fang would actually be a nice play here. Yeah, they just get to push. I can't stop it. Yeah, I don't know that it is. Maybe it is like Dominaria levels of Greed Lord. I'm not, but like I always see Tarkir in my mind as 2-color splash third rather than 3-color. Like playing 3-color is a way that gets you really, bopped for your mana base and a lot of that, but the mana in this is, as we've seen, feels stronger, so that might be the old Tarkir talking. Jund? We just Junded him out. No! We drew it. Well. We drew. Oh well. I'm gonna go... Sage of the Fang there. Roamer on another forest. Ship it back. We need to start attacking at them. I can't, like, just let them hold off for an infinite amount of time here. I do have the Dragonland here, which is nice. This can go grab it. Okay. I would love to trade my 1/4 for one of those 1/1s, if possible. That is, like, the hope. Okay, love to have Unending Whisper here. I'm gonna go ahead and... bop you. Grave both of those. Alright. They just have these 1-mana kill spells sitting in play. They're Jund! We're getting Junded! It's so cool that they're Junding at us. They should attack for 2. Oh well. I want to draw that Karu Goldkeeper. I'm not going to pop the, So let's go... in. Keep that on top. Let's get them to trade off this board some more. Okay. That's fine. Like, we're gonna go... draw with Sage. Crack Evolving Wilds. I think they're gonna just go ahead and put 2 1/1 counters on this Runescale Stormblood? Something like that feels like the play to me. Okay, just their own 3/3. That's fine. Fine with that outcome. Let's go... Sagu Wildling in. Yeah, that's fine. Karu Goldkeeper. Actually, use the orb, please. Okay. 6th land out of our opponent. 4 cards in hand still. I'm fine with that. That's a body on the ground. That doesn't really scare me that much. Sure. Blue? Okay. Alright. Alright. Spending them if we got them. The idea behind using that as a +3/+3 is that, like, we haven't seen our opponent able to spend removal on things at this stage, and they just haven't all game. So I feel the 7/7 outpaces the flashback on the renew ability that gives reach. The hope is that, like, our 16 card deck, we don't draw 2 dead. They still have something. Okay, tap target creature, draw a card. Sure. We're gonna buy time. That's fine. We're looking for, like, Green Sun Zenith. They've gotten their colors, so they can, like, flashback on the Tawny back and make it enough to... Uh-oh! Oh, that's bad. That card is very strong. Means that, like, we have a limited amount of time remaining for this game in our favor. Yeah. That's 7. I'd like them to attack. Yep. Okay, okay. Green Sun Zenith, what do you do here? That's the best draw in the deck at this stage. I think it's Green Sun Zenith, go grab the stun counter creature. Yeah, Constrictor Sage. Alright. Put them to 2. We've got the ability to flashback all of these for trample. A lot of abilities here. So, I think we can get through with basically anything here. Okay, Tawny back. That's a good card. Again, a lot of the hybrid cards I don't think are, like, worth it on a lot of their costing, but Teamer Tawny back here for almost all costs is well worth it. Especially, like, if it's something you're just playing for, like, Gruul mana. That still works out. Okay, land, and last card is a reach. All right, are you ready? Are you ready to go big? I hope you're ready to go big. I'm excited to go big. Alright, check this out. First. Huge. Then. Huge, huge. And then, this is to go even further beyond. Huge, huge, huge! That's right, 21-21! The biggest there is. I had a lot of fun that match. The Sage renew is double 1/1 counters. Which is why I think I wanted to trade that off a while ago to get that renew going, but like that one felt like that was off the back of our opponent just not having enough interactive elements. They had and also the blue being missing for a long enough time period there. My deck doesn't feel like it's pushing hard enough. This hand feels good, though. A lot of little faces around here. Okay, Bivouac. Let's go... Rolling Dragonstorm. So we want to play Champion of Doosan, I think, on 3 to have a body to... Okay. Because that lets us do, like, Knockout Maneuver and Piercing Exhale on whatever their 3 is. Like, and we just Haymaker back and forth, and, like, we just walk over them in that way. And if they play a kill spell, I can go for, like, Dragonologist and get my own more bodies going. But I want them to play their own 3, and then we just Knockout Maneuver and keep moving. If they play, like, a Shock, I suppose that's best case for them. 7 cards. They have the... Okay, that's not quite Shock. Alright. This is where I'm getting a little bit of heat for not keeping the Inoc Wayfarer, but having the Sultai Devotee means these are still on, so I'm pretty happy about that. And the Dragonstorm Forecaster can fix this. We can just go grab, you know... Orb. I think land is our best draw right now. Yeah, sure. You got it, boss. Orb! We got it anyway. Easy orb every time. The forecaster knows what the forecast is, even when they're being swept by some powerful kung fu. Alright, they're gonna play out Runescale Stormblood Brood, right? No, we're breaching! Oh my god, alright. There's no way. Okay. Yeah, we're breaching. Alright, alright. So they can play... They didn't play the dragon, so they don't get to... They'll get to pick that back up on a dragon play. They also get the mana off this. This is a pretty fine card to have of it. But I'm happy with this, because it means, like, flashbacking Dusa gets us a treasure. That card, that one's big. I don't... Alright. Are you ready for my plan? I don't... It's like... We can just go big. Is it a large creature again? What? Are you telling me my plans are that transparent? Anyway, there's the plan. The plan is I have 20 life. You do not have to. That's a third. Oh no, that's a nomad outpost. What are you doing? Alright, we have to breach to try to win. That ain't it. That just ain't it. Yeah, they did that was we gotta roll them bones. Yeah, because, like, this thing still is flying at a trample. Next turn, I can go ahead and, like, piercing exhale or, you know, knockout maneuver, hit this. 4-2, dead. I'm happy to see somebody try that Dragonstorm. What they had happen is exactly what I expected to happen with that card, where you play 5 mana to cascade into a 2-drop, and then you pay 5 mana to cascade into a 2-drop, you know, which is what happened both times there. The first 2-drop was very powerful. That 3-1 is very cool. Has a plummet on it, is ramp. But, like, 5 mana, 2-drops are... Sweet! This kicks ass. This is a really good looking hand. I really like having Roamer's Routine with the skimmer. Greetings. I like getting the flying aggression going quick. We can play the Roamer's Routine on 3. And then, like... flash it back, if that works. Like, I'm gonna go grab the swamp. We can... How do we want to flash it back? Let's think about how we want to do the flashback. It costs 4 and 1, so we need... Okay, their Lay of the Landing for another color? Interesting. Is it a situation where you need to construct a deck to make it work? Basically, that's my thought process, is that the card wants too much... asks too high a deck build ask to be worth it for the, for, like, limited play. Because in limited, you need to, like, by design, you have to be playing, you know, low drops. And you have to be playing a good amount of cheap cards to not die. And so, like, having those goes directly against, like, the power of a cascade like that. So its real value is in the repetitiveness of it, if you have the mana for it, but limited is also a place where you're not looping 5 mana spells a lot. So that's kind of the thought process. I'm gonna go ahead and... Inoc Wayfarer. So that gets a card back, by the by. It's once per turn. I probably just want to play Rolling Dragonstorm here. We can play Constrictor Sage plus the Roamer's Routine next turn. If there's a thing that wants the kill, that's what I'm kind of waiting for. These things are a little too nothing for me to want to, like... There we go. That's the body. That's the boy. It locks. Okay, so we get to go... Constrictor Sage... Tap you down... Land. I am going to tap down the 4/4. Get us our card. Let's go grab another blue source. We got enough green at the mo. We're going to go in with the 2. Leave back the Inoc Wayfarer to stop the 1/1, because they would trade anyway. Okay, Nurturer. I'm holding an Exhale, so I can deal with, like, problems right now. We have Sagu Wildling. I will trade. I will just trade. Yeah. No blocks. There's oh, ooh, yeah. Okay, well that's powerful. That's got power for it. We're gonna do that to get the flyer, or to get the not the flyer. Get that out of the way for Constrictor Sage to be able to block here, and we'll probably kill Sagu Pummeler. I want the power on the skimmer right now. That's important to me in the long term. I also want to flash in having Piercing Exhale and Flash, I think, are both powerful things. We'll get the Dragonstorm back if I flash in. And having a flash in means that, like, blocks go in my favor. Right now, they can't really do too much attacking that looks great. Like, their attacks are made by overwhelming power rather than anything else. So I think it's just Sagu Pummeler, if anything. And that is what's holding back the skimmer. So they might just pass here. If they just pass here, then, like, hopefully it's like we build a board, and then I can go over it. That's the hope. Alright, I'm willing to block the kin tree here with, interesting. Interesting. Something's up. I'm going to just block the 3-2 and then see what happens. I'm not going to flash in a blocker. I'm just going to go ahead and leave up Piercing Exhale. Something reads as wrong here, and I want to... What are we doing? What do we got? 6th mana. Sure. End step, flash in the dragon. We pick up the royal. Ooh! Okay, hold on. Nature's Rhythm. We already have Constrictor Sage in play, so we can't go grab that again. I can go grab the Doubler and get Skimmer moving. We can do things as combat tricks, too. That card is as an instant. Let's draw some card. There's Sage. Ooh. I'm gonna discard Sage. And then we are going to pass the turn here. No, we're going to attack with Constrictor Sage. I want to trade that Sagu Pummeler off the board. Okay. We'll pass here. We have both Flash in a Dragon and Piercing Exhale. Both look pretty strong for us. We are at 9, but secretly at 12. That's not a card that doesn't do anything here. That is a card, but it's not super big. I'm not, like, that excited by it. I'm not that, you know, it's not like that killer. Did I hand off Vigilance? No, just +1. Okay, end of turn. Let's go ahead and play out Sagu Wildling. Pick up the Rolling Dragonstorm. We got 16 left in deck. I can Piercing Exhale, kill the Pummeler. And then the deck still has... Behold the dragon. None of you, thank you very much. And then let's go ahead and Dragonstorm first. That grabbed us our other copy of Piercing Exhale. That's incredibly good. I'm gonna go ahead and Sage? We do a lot of moving in this deck. Okay. Opponent's down to 9. We've got Constrictor Sage to tap the whoever gets the reach. We've also got Piercing Exhale to kill whoever gets the reach. Yeah, this deck does a lot. I'm having a lot of fun playing this. So I think they're going to flash back their reach thing. It doesn't really matter because we have Constrictor Sage, but it also doesn't really matter because I'm just going to do this. Behold the dragon. We had to use basically every part of the buffalo for this one. Deck has 8 cards left in it. Like, we've basically hit every removal spell in our deck, too. It's funny having, like, the Green Sun Zenith, but it's like, what am I gonna tutor? Like, everything... The other thing I would tutor is literally just the other copy of our, Whirlwind Stormbrood. And, like, even that I kind of want as a spell at this stage of the game. This, like... This makes me want to play more stuff like this in like a constructed sense, you know? Where you're just getting to move a lot of things around. The renew bits work really well. The dragons bouncing your Dragonstorms, your lands coming in, you get your free spells for tapping things. You got flash on everything so you can wait. A lot of nice stuff here. A lot of exciting stuff. Okay. Yeah, this looks great. Dragonstorm Forecaster first. How many renew cards do we have? 4? I think it's 4 renew cards and, a couple harmonizes like this Unending Whisper. I think it's Trample Renew, Sage Renew, Dragon Renew. Maybe it's just 3, actually. I thought there was 4. Hopefully this is not like... Ah, okay, that reads as we're not going to be getting... Oh, okay, I mean, that ain't coming in. Good luck. No dice. We need to ponder an orb. Alright. Ponder an orb. Nice. Maelstrom here is good, too. I'm stunned this isn't a story card. Ooh, okay. We blasting? Are we discarding an land to blast my Dragonstorm Forecaster? We are. And it's a renew card. That's a nice blast. I like that play. Do they have a 3rd land too? If they have a 1-drop, that's killer, but... Okay. As is, I think we're gonna go ahead and play out the Dragonologist. Actually, no. Hold on. We want to go... I'm trying to think when I weave the Evolving Wilds in. Dragonologist, pick up our flyer. Ooh, yeah, give me Stormbreed, thank you very much. Then let's get the Skimmer down. And then we can play a Flash Hexproof blocker next turn. That'll be a 5/4. They might... I hope they don't kill the Dragonologist here. I'd like to have that for time here, but like they might fight. A Whirlwind Kick would be a nice card to have here. Okay, I was not ready for a blowout of that level. Oof. Okay. Just completely unprepared for a blowout that high. Yeah. Again, my first time I read this, I didn't see the both, and it's like, well, what's up with this Abrade? But the both on here makes it a lot of a card. Like, it's got some heat. All right, they know we have a trick. I don't think we're walking into it, right? We're gonna like kill spell on the Skimmer instead. I'm willing to go for it. What do you got? You clearly have something. This card's a sorcery. A Braid? Oh! Okay, that was always happening, right? Like, there was no world where that wasn't occurring. Sure. Let's go... Skimmer, Wayfarer. Oh, I should have Evolving Wilds first. That's fine. And then we get a draw off this because it picks up a card from the grave. Ain't that cool? That's so cool. We have need of 4 green because we're holding the green Sun Zenith. So let's move towards that. I think we're Einok Wayfarer is getting in the way of this 2/1 finally. Opponent has a lot of stuff in the grave still that's got some powerful heat to it. And a grip. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, okay. No, I understand. What do we need to do? We don't have, like... I wish we had the bounce spell to answer that. That's, it's not great. Nature's Rhythm for 5, tap it down? I wish we had a Mana War so bad. Yeah, let's go. Tap it down so they can't flashback. They won't have the idea here is that this cuts off Harmonize lines, and it might we can try to win through like stealing it in the air later. That's the idea in my mind. Because they can't play a second elephant. They can't even do the Glacier rebuy. This feels like it could cut them off nicely. Hopefully, like, Whirlwing Stormbrood is enough to get there. Oh! Okay. Damn, we moving. All right, okay. And we're just, like, flashbacking Destroy Target Flyer? It's Sage and a Flyer, so I'm fine with that. And you only have this for this turn, so you can't use it as a combat trick. I'm fine with the Skimmer dying. I don't like it, but I will accept it. It's certainly bad for us, but, like... The idea I'm going to go for is going on the offense, flashing in this Whirlwing Stormbrood at end step, and trying to move from there. I do think we have to be the offensive player to win this. I don't think I can win this playing defense. Like, if I leave back that 5/5, they flash back Silent Departure or whatever they've got in the grave. The bounce spell. It's not named Silent Departure, but you know what I mean. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. Hopefully you do. Anyway, tap land, that's fine by me. I like them being a little bit out of actions here, and Sage of the Fang can allow for some spicy maneuvers. Okay, they're putting an extra point of power on Champion of Doosan, or with Champion of Doosan on Songcrafter, so that it doesn't get killed by Sage. However, I think they're dead if they all out. I think I have them killed. Hopefully. If they have a blocker, like, I'm not killing them. Oh, they've got something. What is it? What do you got? Oh, God. Okay. Go for lethal? 8+? Do you have tap target creature draw card? It's tap target creature draw card. Okay. I'm still believing. Yes, this is lethal on board. But I think we still have it. They have a kill spell in response here? We go to 12. That can't go dome. No blocks. Show me the +3/+3. Show me the second Songcrafter, actually. Okay, go to 3. I don't know. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Well. Do I have anything in deck that gives me an extra point of damage here? If they have a kill spell for Constrictor. Yes. Yes, I do. Oh, you're gonna love the last move I have. No, it's in grave? Oh, no, we don't have it. Oh, heck. Okay. Do you have another tap? I'm gonna go in with just Constrictor Sage here. Because if they have a kill spell for Constrictor Sage, I can't win anyway. So let's attack for lethal. Ah, yes! Yeah. Yeah, okay. You won for the Ugly Victories collection, indeed. That's how we play them. Like, they had all these, like, I guess they did they think that went dumb, maybe? Did they think they had something more? Or maybe that they thought that, like, because they had a bounce spell, they could have just bounced the 8/8, right? Or made a 5/5. Yeah, look, the Ugly Victories indeed still victories. And we're at the 4 mark, which is where I said this deck was going to land. Again, it's weird. I don't think, like, they didn't need to be bluffing. They could have just played the regrowth and played a blocker. Mr. Rude Jude Rob. The Rude Jaws here. This looks fine. Sage has been a killer card. I like how this play. Like, this gives us, like, the gigantic punch. The double up. Double up. Alright. I'm all... Ooh, the beatdown. Okay, well. Give me the rolling Dragonstorm. Let's chart a course out of here. We're gonna go Globe on 3, Formation Breaker counter on 4. Ooh, and our opponent's gonna come for our throat here. You know what Globe on 3 gets? A blocker. What? No, it says right here, Dragonstorm Globe, and there's the Dragonstorm Globe, you know? Like, it's fine. It's normal. I'm blocking. I'm gonna block. You can play a kill spell. I'm gonna block. I'm blocking. Here's the block. Please play your removal. I'd much rather you play your removal on my O3 than on any of my other cards, please. That's a good card. That wasn't like, you know, that replaces it. That's a good one. That one... This one's the Candy Rush. Anyway, 4/4 is here. If this has a counter, as long as a creature control has a counter, it gets +1/+2. And so now we've got a body ready to go. Oh, what? Okay. This has first strike on their turn, so don't fall for it. Yeah, I would block. I would trade there. Alright. I like this. This is a nice draw. Okay. What does Nature's Rhythm get us? Probably nothing. I think we do that next turn for a dragon. Let's go ahead and grab a land. I want to grab green, because we need enough for that flashback. And I also... Do I want to exhale? Kill the pumper. What does this thing do? This is like 2/1/1s. They also could need the fixing, too. Submit 0. Sorry. I got nothing for that. So I really want to go get a dragon with this to get a 1/1 counter and a Dragonstorm pickup. So, like, Nature's Rhythm for, like... Okay, they're just going to make a pile of 1/1s. These are sacrifice. Well, Stasis Snare? Static Snare? Sorry. I call it Stasis Snare every time, but its name is Static Snare. It's a card in their hand. Coordinated Maneuver. Okay, that's like the same as what I was saying anyway. Okay. So yeah, you gain Mobilize 2. Evolving Wilds is an excellent draw here. Let's go ahead and go Nature's Rhythm for 5. I think we're just gonna go grab a copy of Sagu Wildling here. The life gain and a 4/4 body is pretty good. Actually, the Boulder Dragon is also really good here. You know what? I like the Boulder Dragon because it has Vigilance, too. Alright, pick up our Dragonstorm, pass the turn. I'm just gonna take care of this now. That gives us our 4th green, so right now we can flash it back for 4 without tapping down. But yeah, the Boulder Dragon I'm going for here because it has Vigilance and Flying, and it's the same body as... It has the same toughness as everything I'd play. All my dragons would be 4 toughness. So there's no difference in how powerful they are for, like... how resilient they are to removal. This is a artifact, but like that, our braid says non-creature artifact, so I ain't hitting that. They would have to have like... I don't think there's actual artifact hate that would do it that isn't like that. There's Sarkhan. Yeah, Exhale kills all of them, so like that's not relevant to me. They don't have a dragon. They're just going for a Devotee activation? Oh, Salt Pack, yeah. That's such a good card. You know it. Okay. What an interesting draw. Let's go Rolling Dragonstorm for 2 blue. We're gonna discard a land. I'm gonna play Constrictor Sage on the Pack Beast. We're gonna go to combat, get in for 4. That surveils 1. And I'm not going to flashback anything because I want that draw. I could go ahead and roamers for a land, but that draw is really good here. I'm gonna leave it. So they have both of them. Wow. Quarry Monastery and Encampment. Okay, sure. What's coming in? I'm gonna block both. I will, like, my board is fine to be blocking here. Sage is... I'll double block. Let's see what they've got. There's a +2/+2 trick, but they can't cast it. They haven't cast a spell this turn. Because there's +2/+1 on 2 creatures. Abrade the Globe and 3 damage. Exhale, get us in combat. Okay. Sure. Last card in hand. A Devotee. Yeah, they didn't save Sarkhan because I don't think they've got dragons. Ooh, 2 top? Uh-oh. Bad news for us. So the cool thing about this turn is that I'm passing. We get to do everything at instant speed anyway. How good is your top deck? That worries me that you kept 2 on top. Uh-huh. Not enough. Okay, well. Alright, here's the thing we get. Check this out. Check out how cool this is. So we get Blast You, Behold the Dragon. I'll keep Knockout Maneuver on top. Then we're going to Unending Whisper. Harmonize. Alright, and you want to know what the last piece of this is? KO! We need to kill this Mardu devotee, weirdly enough. Because they can't make tokens if they have no bodies. So they do have a second draw off the monastery. That's a good one. It's not good enough, but it's a very good one. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw some card. Good ones. I'm pretty happy with each of these. We're going to go ahead and Sage of the Fang. Sage of the Fang here is important because guess what it does? It forces blocks. It's not enough to kill. We're one off that, it looks like. So they get the draw. They're going to have 2 cards for us. We're going in. Put him to the final point, and we're going to play a blocker. We're not going to pick up a land here. We're going to go ahead and keep the 2/2. They would have to have a... Because of the activation cost on this land, they would need like a 3-power hasty creature that's cheap enough. And I don't believe that that card exists in Limited. Basically, is there I don't think there's a Threaten in this world. That's the card they needed to kill me right there, was a Threaten. I'm happy with how that one played out. Alright, 5 wins. We're over the line, everybody. Gee, if we can get 2 more and keep up 7-2, 7-2, 7-2, 7-2. We'll see if we can get to maximum magic. That step 1. Let's play the next game. You know? Not a lot more I can do. But we can try. Ooh. Okay. This looks fine. I like the Unending Whisper and the Skimmer. This is actually really nice, yeah. Everybody's friend. Could I play any of my 2s? Absolutely. Grixis. Alright. Grixis. Four with Ward. Alright. Yeah, that's real. I'm gonna ship it and flash in the Stormbrood. I think that's the line here. This is a good card. Big body. Also, single black on that? Wow. Okay, alright. Not Grixis. Not Grixis. You know, it's fine. It's like not, it's fine. I'm fine with it. It's okay. It's not a problem. It's like fine. I suppose it's okay. I don't, you know. Alright, was that war discard a card? Yeah, I'm fine with that. We're gonna play out the Constrictor because I feel like I want to have the Constrictor. Yeah, the ramp spell is better in my grave because it's cheaper in my grave. We doing our own fights? What the hell? Target creature gains trample and draw a card, also mana rock. Yeah, that's fine. That's not as fine. That card doesn't do anything, I think. Well, I mean, it makes your next draw better, I suppose. But, like, I haven't been terribly impressed with this one. I think I'm killing my opponent. Right? Like, I think my opponent's taking some level of lethal damage pretty quick here. Alright, and then... in. Put them to 6. Our next draw is the Pump Dragon. I get to flash in Goldkeeper. We get... like, Zox gets us some pretty good steps here. And our opponent hasn't been doing anything that matters. Creatures on the ground, who cares? 3? Yeah, you got it, boss. I'll take it. Oh, yeah, huh, yeah, okay. That's got heat. Combat. Alright. Let's go. Keep moving. We have reached game 9. Maximize magic dragon. Let's go. Love these ones. Can we cross the finish line? Yeah, get your money's worth out of every draft. Can we do the Swiss Gambit? Like the Swiss Gambit for going 0-2 and then 7-0 past it to make day 2, you know? Generally at playing in a Grand Prix, you'd want to go if you were X2 or better, you were good. And so in 9 rounds, if you lost your first 2, like, oh boy. But if we lose our first 2, you're not dead. You just gotta win some coin flips for a while. This looks nice. Death Touch, Boulder Dragon. This is fine. I like the flyer. Got to draft Donald 17 in person today. It struck me how much less board stalling new resets are. That's something that's been like hard worked on for a long time. You know? Okay. I don't hate it. We're just gonna play Sage as a 3-3. Like, we haven't had a lot of the sets that are just like, here's a very board stally Mammoth. Ah, okay, well. Alright, I'm gonna discard... I hope they don't have 5th land. Sad that, like, they likely do. Oh, this is awkward. Rhythm is pretty good, but we don't have the mana for it. I think I'm just gonna go Rhythm. I know this is not coming up for a while. There's 5th land, so they make the very obvious play. Nothing else makes sense there. Let's go land Dragonologist. Grab a Piercing Exhale, Piercing Exhale. And I will reveal the worst dragon in my hand. No and no. Oh, yeah, no and no. Drawing lands is fine, but I'd rather just not be drawing them. Alright, so they could flash that back. It costs them their whole turn to do so, and we have a Death Toucher, so it's not too bad. I get to start flashing in dragons for a while, and that'll be nice. Yeah. I'm just gonna start flashing in dragons for a while. I don't know. That's fine by me. We need another green source. Actually, this is Omens. Okay. No, we have Sultai Devotee. I could do it. What would I grab? Nah, I don't know. Let's just play the Stormbrood. He gets our Dragonstorm back, and that starts getting us a lot of card advantage. Two spells get some double strike. 2 spells get some +1/+1. That's spell 1. Ooh, no. I will give up my trick to keep this card. I think rolling Dragonstorm is how we out-card advantage this game. That's pretty good. We still death touch the 6/6, and they can only do it. They can't do it again if they want to attack with the 6/6. No, they could, but like it doesn't stop the 6/6 like from being. I think we just block it, and then we. Oh boy, we are. Does that give trample too? Oh god, it gives trample too. So we're taking 11 here. We're taking 11 here. Not good. So they have the flashback on that. Okay, we get a land. I've got exhale, but I don't have a body big enough to exhale onto. I can play Rolling Dragonstorm, and then... Ooh, I don't have a filtered right now. Okay. Okay. Check it out. We got some very ridiculous stuff happening for next turn. I hope you're ready. Oh, that's bad. That gives them double spell on the turn. I don't like that. Okay. That's fine. Mill a million. Mill a million. They got a mammoth in the mill. Okay. Alright, here's the move. Green, 1. Go grab Constrictor Sage. No. No combat today, thank you very much. I will pass. Not interested. Yeah, we're gonna leave some things back here. Oh god, I really wish we could. We don't have enough to set up the exhale. It's fine. This doesn't have trample anymore. If they go for an end step sack on the Dragonstorm, I would play my Boulder-born Dragon. They know we have it. Traveling Botanist, that's fine. That doesn't do anything, really. More effort in the grave. Summon Prowler in the grave. Yep, they get that going. That's fine. One card left in hand. I think we're in a good position now. I think they're going to sack to kill the Dragonstorm when I flash in this flyer. They might just kill the flyer. No, they didn't? Okay. Sweet. Very good. Let's go ahead and discard Forest. Play the Dragonstorm Forecaster as a blocker here. Let's go ahead and get in with Boulderborn Dragon and Whirling Storm Brood here. I want to get them their life total low enough that we can do like a Sage one-shot. So they go to... We're at 7, but we're not at 7. We're secretly at 10. I can flashback Unending Whisper and Pierce if I need to. The worst card we can see out of them is another Travel Prep. If they have another Travel Prep, I think we just die. Interesting. Alright, let's change the math. This Dragonstorm has drawn us like 8 cards. We're gonna go... You here, you here, you here, you here. Oh, that's taking a little too much damage. You here? Take 5? Okay. Board's in our favor. Let's go ahead and draw some cards. We don't need Evolving Wilds. I will go ahead and play out Constrictor Sage to tap down the Ethereum Adept. No. Yeah, the Equilibrium Adept. So let's go 7 in. Sage. Keep this tapped. Sultai Devotee, making sure that Piercing Exhale is now a kill spell. Pass to you. Well, this isn't ward, this is flat hexproof, so... And that's it! Oh! That's right. Game Actions, the Simic deck is here and gets it full 7. That felt so good. Like, roll down for, like, a deck that's like, you know, we started and getting that -2 is like, oh boy. I believed in the 4, I didn't believe in the 7. But damn, we, you know, I'm happy with this one. Actively getting a cold from our help, yes. Yeah, this is we had, like, our first day decks. Those decks had a lot of games, like, where it was just like, look, we curve, our opponent dies, there's not a lot of, like, choice actions going on. Fighting for our lives. We are fighting for our lives. And coming out with 6 packs. Let's go ahead and open up some of these, take a look at some cards. Finish it off. And call it a day. But yeah, thank y'all for joining. I'm happy to have y'all here. Oh, hold on, what are you? Ooh, exile 2 cards on your grave, 1/1 counter on this creature. Ward 2, wow, that's cool. But yeah, let's take a look at some rares before we end off, and I'll send you off somewhere. Oof, oof. Yeah, so in the special guest slot, that star slot, full art fetches and ultimatums, which are wildly cool to have in that slot. Dragonfire Blade, I like this one. Cheap to equip, +2/+2. It's cheaper than it looks. This card we've seen is a house and a half. This card's on all the packs. It's also very cool. One of the cooler cards in the set. It's not as powerful as the song after, but like the double up on this is super cool as hell. You can copy anything. It doesn't matter what the next spell is. It copies it, even if it's a creature. This Siege does nothing in limited. Like maybe you get the mill off. That nothing in limited. This is a constructed card where you're milling yourself. You get lands. You're playing lands. On the other hand, if this card does stuff in limited, it's Roar. We saw elephants guiding our opponent, and boy howdy, that teamer deck was my favorite. Absolutely loved our opponent on the teamer deck. That's just ass kicking. Road Watcher, the Quarry Mountain. This is, I think, the best of these lands. I think this is the best of these lands. This one's been really strong to see. This one's also cool because it's like damage in your lands. Our opponent had both, but like this one is end step draw, untap, have 2 cards, which is really powerful. No! We copied the Grappler. 2 of them. Alright. Give me the last 3 rares while I'm pulling up who's streaming right now. So, this is 1 toughness off of the power of a mythic rare from what, like a half decade ago? A little more than a half decade ago. Couldn't have been that long. Was it Arcades or Vivictus Asmati? No, it's not Arcades. Arcades, the strategist, is the walls one. Chromium is the one that becomes a... Chromium becomes a 1/1. Palladius... Yeah, Palladius. Yeah. Palladius Morse. Palladium... Yeah. This card's so good. That is not a knock against Palladium Morse. That just means this uncommon is unreasonable. This card is wild. Been seeing a lot of this, having some heat both in limited and in constructed. The equip on it's nice. The tokens on it's nice. It doesn't need to be spells. It can be anything. They're like spells. Yeah. Like this has got a lot of power behind it. So. Anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for joining. Happy to have you here. If you want to catch more, you can always follow. See when I go live. If you subscribe, you get the cool skulls and slimes. But if you're just here having a great time with these drafts, with these maximum magic drafts, I cannot ask for more. I'm very glad to have you all here. Thank you to those who did sub today. I appreciate it. 15 Gay Emus, Nick Themeron, Doc for the raid, Doc for being here as well. But yeah, no, that's fine. Head over to Newbie Who's Rapping. Hopefully we don't send to each other. See ya on Sunday. Good night, y'all.